Howdy, band people. This is Jeff Phillips, Dr. J, Dr. P. I answer to almost anything, and I've been called most of it too. In my previous video about warming up with the band, I mentioned that I want to do a different thing for articulation. And again, I'm going to try to keep this short. Who knows? This kind of occurred to me within the past year, okay, as I work with students from really grades 6, 7, all the way up through college. And it made me have flashbacks of one of the band greats. He's passed on now, but Dan Havley, who was down the northern part of Alabama, great, just one of those old school band directors. And when he would adjudicate or clinic with a group, I always remember one of the things that he used to just really pound in was the concept of articulation. I can hear that southern voice right now saying, articulation, articulation. And it really started to hit home as I listened to students, especially playing jazz style, or trying to play jazz style, and kind of trying to narrow down, why doesn't that sound correct? And so I want to start with jazz stuff, and then we'll kind of move away from it with just a couple of examples. So in jazz, one of the things that we talk about is the concept of swing. And one of the first things that most people do, well, now when you play swing, instead of 2 eighth notes, it's like a triplet feel. And it's like, instead of da, 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 straight eighth notes, we have da, 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 da. And then we say, oh, now play that. And so here we go. I'm going to play my non-swing B-flat scale. I'm not going to play all of it. So I'm going to go, here it is, non-swing. Your typical, never played jazz before in their life, trombone player or any instrument. All right, here, play this jazz chart, little Johnny. Okay. Oh, no, little Johnny. We want you to swing those. That means you're going to play them like triplets. We ain't had triplets yet in the band book. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. Little Johnny, you're swinging now. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, but that's where a lot leave it, okay? And they have the rhythmic aspect done. They don't think about how articulation fits with that. We spend all of our time on correct notes and rhythms, and of course that's a big part of it, right? But the articulation is what really makes a piece come alive. It doesn't matter whether it's jazz, it doesn't matter whether it's classical, romantic, Renaissance, whatever. Anyway, it's the articulation, okay? So one of the things to do as a player, and to have your students do as a teacher, or for you to do as a teacher, is to experiment with this. Because everybody's makeup's a little bit different. Tongue, teeth, mouthpiece. Is it a single reed instrument? Is it brass? So many little things are factors. But I want to concentrate on, in a swing passage, basic swing stuff, with nothing's hardly articulated. Things are smooth. Instead of now, there are other types of music, like the boogie woogie sound. I can remember a jazz chart, what's it called, Sam's Boogie, and like the bass line does go. But again, how is it articulated? Is it articulated to be separated, or is it just general? Like that. Well, it's easy for you to do, Phillips. You're an old guy and you've played forever. and learn. How do you best learn? Did you study it in a book, in a class? No, I sat down beside people that played really well, and I listened to them. I listened to recordings of things that I was going to do. I still do that. I was thinking about this too. If I've been hired to play a Dixieland type gig, I put that on in the car when I'm driving around for unless it's a last minute sub. Hey, we need you today. Can you be here at this venue in 2 hours? Wear a white shirt, red suspenders, and bring a plunger. Now that's a different situation. But if it's like, hey, in 3 weeks we've got this, like for you play for it, okay. Then I listen to that, so I have that concept of style and how that music sounds in my head. Okay. Orchestral musicians, if they know they're going to play the blah 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 symphony, they listen to different recordings, or they find out which one that their group is trying to, as a section, or maybe their conductor says, we want to sound like this group. They listen to it over and over and over and over and over. And it's not so they can learn music by rote, it's so they have that concept of style and articulation. Okay, so articulation, is it light? I hate to say short. Is it a little more space? Is it more legato? I'm just making stuff up. But the articulation is what's really going to set things apart. It shouldn't even be, I don't think it should be thought of as, well, we'll do that later. Do that in the learning process. Incorporate different articulation patterns into that articulation warm-up that I mentioned on the other video. Okay, we're playing our scale of the week. Let's make those a little shorter. We need to work on our lighter articulation. Maybe it's an advanced group, and you say, you've taught your entire group how to double tongue. Oh, triple tongue. Yes, I know, Crockett. Yep. Well, always a critic. But you have different things you can do, or you can play. Or you could howl like he does. But incorporate a different articulation pattern into your warm-up. Something that's in the music that they're going to have to do. Or just general things that you might be doing later on in the year. Why are we doing this? Mr. Jeff, why are we doing this? Because later on in the year you're going to be faced with this, and I want you to know how to do it now. Oh, okay. So use that as an extension of the warm-up with the articulation. But don't think of articulation as something that's comes later. Do it now. And I say mastering the way things sound articulation-wise is essential to. It's the difference between, well, that's a good band, and that was a great band. Okay, being able to do those different things. So, to quote again the late great Dan Havley, articulation, articulation, articulation. Very important. Don't neglect that. Think about ways that you can do that as part of the early process in learning music, as part of the fundamentals, because that's as important as the concept of, well, are the dynamics played? Okay, yeah, they are. But is the articulation right? Is the style right? Okay? Right dynamics, right notes, right rhythms in the wrong style, that's not it. Okay. And those of you that are jazz people, the style says Latin or it says funk, and they come in and they play. And you've heard that, haven't you? And I know that if you're judging, you're sitting back there going, because I've heard students come in and do a sight reading in the jazz auditions, and all the notes are correct. The rhythms are basically what it looks like it's written, but instead of Latin or funk style, they play everything swing, or the other way around, although that's a little more rare. Okay, but that style is extremely important. Work on your articulation, bottom line, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, have a good summer vacation. Plan your work, work your plan.